Stupid phone camera. It's not one to cooperate. Sorry about the two-part video. I hate making two-part videos, but my phone's being a piece of shit right now. But hopefully if you watched the first video, you stuck around to watch, you know, the conclusion of my fucking rant about JB Hunt. But, you know, in the hills of West Virginia, I went back and forth with this guy for like at least 15-20 minutes. You know, where he, the entire time, like had his cruise set on like 62 or whatever his top governed speed is. He did not let off one fucking time to let me pass. Meanwhile, I'm trying to pass him, then we go up a hill, I start backing down because I'm heavy, and then I gotta get back behind him, and then we go down the hill, and I try to pass him again, and then it just, you know, this whole time, this guy is creating this dangerous situation where I'm behind him, I'm trying to pass him. If you know, what if something happened? The biggest problem with this that I see is guys like this, you know, drivers like this that don't let off just for a few seconds to let you get past, is what happens when you go around that curve or over the hill and bam, there's an accident on the shoulder, a serious accident, or that right lane is blocked. Guess what? You got nowhere to fucking go because you've had a guy driving next to you for the last 3.5 minutes trying to get past you. You've got to slam on the brakes. Good luck getting back over to the left because now there's 28 cars looking to get right behind me and pass your dumb ass. You may have to come to a full stop if that right lane is blocked and then wait for everybody that you've been holding up to pass. It creates a dangerous situation. You know, that's when you'll see it on the highway, is when you go over a hill and there's a state trooper, you know, someone pulled over, or a tow truck, or roadside working on a trailer or a truck or something like that. You know, you should always move over for these people, man. You know, these people fucking die by getting hit by vehicles that don't move over or aren't paying fucking attention. You know, you should always move over for them. But if you haven't let off and you got a truck next to you trying to pass that you won't let them pass because you're just staying on it, you got no out. You got nowhere to go. You could drive off the road, maybe. You got no shoulder if the shoulder's blocked. You know, you're gonna have to buzz that state trooper or that guy, you know, making $14 an hour changing out fucking tires on trailers all day. You know, you're gonna have to drive within 3 feet of him because you were being a fucking asshole. But I always have this problem with JB Hunt. You know, I always want to ask him, you know, like, get on my radio and say, like, I'm just curious, does JB Hunt teach you guys to not slow down for passing vehicles, you know, that are taking too long to pass? Or is everybody at JB Hunt just a fucking asshole? You know, but none of them have CB radios. You know, none of them ever have fucking radios, which maybe is a good thing. So maybe the company tells them, like, don't even worry about getting a radio. You're not going to want to hear any of the shit people are saying to you or about you anyway. It's best to just stay off the airwaves. Would make sense to me, you know? It's fucking dangerous. I believe that every company that trains drivers, that should be part of the mandatory training curriculum. Right up there with not making U-turns. What does every company tell you now? We will fucking terminate you if you make a U-turn. Because the accidents, the run-unders that happen from U-turns, veteran drivers should know this, a small percentage of those accidents, those accidents, those run-unders, only represent a small number of car-on-truck accidents. But something like 90% of fucking run-unders end in a fatality. And I think the other 10% end in injury. So 100% of the time, you're having an injury. Or a fucking fatality. So you know, fuck, you're gonna lose your license, let alone your job. You'll be lucky to not serve fucking jail time. So that's why, you know, you can't make fucking U-turns in a roadway. That should be right up there with that. If a truck is trying to pass you, in your governed truck, and they're governed a little bit higher, but they're having some trouble, eliminate the dangerous situation, let off, just let off. I'm not saying brake, hit the Jake brake and slow down. Just let off the accelerator or kill the cruise control and just coast. That's all you gotta do. You coast for about 10, 15, 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, and that will give that truck enough time to get past you. I do it all the time now because it eliminates these dangerous situations. And it seems like it's always a problem with JB Hunt. You know, and I'm always, I drive past them, I look at them as I go past, and they're always just like oblivious. Like, have you not been looking in your mirror? Have you not seen me fucking, you know, gaining on you very slowly for the last 5 minutes? It's ridiculous, and it pisses me off. It's one of my main pet peeves. You know, look, I get it. It sucks that the trucks are governed. It's a bitch. But look, I've said it before. There's the way things are and the way things should be, and they're not always the same. It sucks our trucks are governed, but you gotta do what you can, what you have. A lot of us driving trucks are in governed trucks. Us company drivers, you know, especially working for us, for major carriers. You know, we got governed trucks. Be courteous to the guy next to you who's got a governed truck. You know, I can't, you know, you can't control your top speed, neither can I. We're both in the same boat, you know, and I would give you the same fucking courtesy if you were trying to pass me. I would let off for you. I would let you go on and get out of the left lane. That is the passing lane. You shouldn't be, no one should be in the passing lane for 10 fucking minutes. Unless you're doing 80 miles an hour and you're just passing everyone. You know, that's understandable. If you hang out in the hammer lane because you're just passing everyone, it doesn't even make sense to get to the right. Understandable. You know? But, you know, in your governed truck, it ain't so. That's what I believe. That's my doctrine on that particular situation. Governed trucks passing governed trucks, and I feel like more people should hold this sentiment. This should be a bigger issue in the industry. This should, or at least with major carriers, this should be something that's talked about more. You know, if not just for, you know, being nice to the guys trying to pass you, it eliminates dangerous fucking situations. Am I wrong? You know, if you disagree, please post in the comments. You know, I'd love to hear a rebuttal. You know, I'd love to hear it. You know, I mean, look, I used to be of the attitude that I wasn't slowing down for shit. I slow down for cash and pussy, and that's it. Other than that, it's fucking hammered down, right? But as my experience has grown, I've learned that, you know, it behooves me to eliminate that dangerous situation that I can see coming. I can see that guy coming up behind me ever so fucking slowly, waiting for his chance to get left and start, you know, trying to pass me on the left. As soon as I see him get over and I see him kind of hanging out at my tail, just barely fucking gaining on me, I kill the cruise and I coast for him. I you know, I usually drop down to about 60, 59. That is plenty. You drop 3-4 miles an hour, that is plenty enough of a window for them to get up ahead of you, and then I coast for a few more seconds, let them get some space out there, and then I hit the cruise control again, kick it on back up to 63. The time you lose is marginal. But that's all I'm gonna say on the subject. I had to put that out there. If you agree or disagree, like I said, post in the fucking comments, right? I got more videos coming up pretty soon. I'm gonna do a tour of the outside of the truck. I didn't tour the outside of the truck at Western because I figured, you know, there's nothing to fucking look at. This truck, you know, these flatbed trucks at Rail, you know, there's some cool shit going on with the exterior of these trucks. You know, they got some nice equipment. They got, you know, I wanna give a tour of that stuff, and I will do that. It's nighttime right now. I'm gonna do it in the daytime and I have a little bit of time and shit like that. And I'll do a tour of the inside of the truck. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm gonna wait until I kind of get it more the way I want it. It's not exactly the way I want it just yet. I've only had a couple days, you know, and it's not exactly, you know, once I get it exactly the way I want it, then I can do a better tour and show you how my setup is of the interior and stuff like that. But that's all I've got for you guys right now. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys later.